Hey guys, it's me again, your favorite pain in the ass. I just wanted to post a short video because the city council had a meeting tonight, and also because that apparently that photo I posted today of our Klawock police vehicle, city vehicle, had spent all day at the log cabin because one of our officers apparently works there and has been permitted to use the vehicle for his personal use. And y'all know how I feel about it. I mean, it's your guys' money too, so you should feel something about it too. The only way I'm maybe a little okay with it is if all city employees get to use city vehicles if their own personal vehicles break down, or maybe if that officer had some sort of carpool where other employees or other people of Klawock that have jobs in Craig and don't have vehicles are carpooling with him. So they catch a ride down and catch a ride back, and yay. But neither here nor there. My issue was there's just been this trend, it seems like, from the short time I've been here, and I don't know what it's been like before I got here. It's kind of irrelevant, but it's city money, and you, the citizens of Klawock, have direct say and direct influence on how that money is utilized, because whether you realize it now or not, if we're spending money, and right now the Klawock Public Safety Program is reaching dang near almost 500 grand budget. I am of the philosophy that we need to defund that budget because I feel it's not getting its return on the value, and it needs to be funneled into community programs that benefit everybody, because it's not happening. There's no reason for 4 officers. There's no reason for personnel budget to be at 300 grand. And I don't feel like, as a citizen of Klawock, that I should be responsible and helping a police officer, make extra money. I need help too. I mean, if we're going to be that, we all need help. There's so many of us that do need help and support, and we're not getting it. Things like, I remember a few months ago, there was just this big conversation about having to turn off certain lights on certain streets to save money. But I really think that we need to really either reduce the budget for the city police of Klawock and rework that budget to where it's actually benefiting our kids, benefiting our elders. I mean, sidewalks all the way out to the mall area, all well lit. Maybe a couple short little rail bars for skateboarders, a cultural interpretive walk around the island. I don't know. There's a plethora of things. Maybe throw more support into public transportation, create more partnerships like that benefit everybody and not just a select few. And that's where always my issue comes is I don't like when there's only a select few benefiting off the city funds. It should be fair and equitable, and everyone should have access to it. But yeah, I've been catching some flack over it. Some people, and I won't name names, but a council member had an issue with my photo, calling it ridiculous. And I see you. So no harm, no foul for me. I can take it, and I will keep doing it. And, the luxury with me is I will never say anything behind your back that I won't say to your face. Bottom line. And I think that's what people like about me. I try to be as authentic as possible. I am not a fence walker. But yeah, and then I think I got called out for, I should know certain things because of my HR degree and my background. Well, I usually don't like to pull out my degrees. I have 2 degrees, by the way. And I guess since, our mayor called me out on that, I'm going to use them. And here's a little HR knowledge for you. So with human resources, COLA, our administrators pushing to get themselves COLA raises. 1, raises aren't an entitlement. You earn those by what you produce, your outcomes, what you actually accomplish while you're in that position. It is not an entitlement. COLA has strictly been a federal employee or a military employee benefit. Because, I was military. We moved every 3 years, and that was part of to help accommodate for whichever location you were moving to. But yeah, so that is what that's for. And so it's kind of why I'm shocked that you guys are even considering approving that. It's ridiculous. Secondly, I've heard mention that, complaints and concerns should be written. Well, I don't know. Wasn't aware that that was a new mandate and process for community members to have to do, but I'll make it easier for you. So there's this tool that HR professionals use all across the country. It's been here for decades, and it's called the Ethics Hotline. And what you do is you can set it up as a link on your website, and every citizen, it can be used for complaints, concerns, compliments, but it's set up so your administrator and your staff would have no access to it. Somebody submits it online, and it shoots a copy to every single council member simultaneously. And that's how it works, because you want it to be as untouched as possible. And that's just, that advice is for free. Secondly, my gripe right now is, why are you paying $450 for an attorney for your administrator to call them about every single thing when you have free resources with the state? I mean, if you're, part of HR is you look at your job, the job positions in your organization. You see what works, what doesn't work, where we can cut the fat, where we need to add, take away. And if my administrator is calling the attorneys on the city's dime, and he's already making between $6,000 and $7,000 a month, on top of what, $450 an hour for the attorney for every little thing, I'm going to be like, well, maybe we don't need the administrator. So I know it's hard to make those decisions, but that's why only certain people can handle human resources, because you got to take the feelings out of the person, you can't take everything personal, and a lot of people are afraid to make decisions because that's their cousin, that's their brother, that's their auntie, uncle, friend. But your ultimate goal is to create a healthy, vibrant city, not just talk about the city. And I think the city needs to start cutting the fat, start reworking where the money is going, not to just benefit a few people, but the whole community. Because let's get real, there's some very smart people in this community, a lot of, love and whatnot, and people who have ideas, and maybe it's time to start listening to them and instead of bashing them. And that's why they don't show up. I have a hard time showing up to meetings because you guys get kind of bullyish. And I'm going to say it. Nobody else will say it, but come on. If we don't feel safe coming forward, it's not us, it's you. It's you. I mean, if council members can badmouth little posts that I make and feel okay about it, there's a problem there. So get that ethics hotline set up and get that survey done so you can really see how people really feel about your community, your public safety program, and whatnot, if you really, really want change. Otherwise, I'm not going to stop doing what I do because I care about my community too. Thanks, guys. See ya.